Yeah, I mean, look, she spent $68 million so far, just on TV. Spent $68 million so far, $59 million by DeSantis, and we spent 12. I mean, who's punching above their weight and who's getting a return on their investment, you know? And she's going to get smoked. And you and I both know it. She's not up to this.
There you hear the voice. Former New Jersey governor and now former presidential candidate Chris Christie caught on a hot mic shortly before announcing the end of his campaign, but also having enough time to bash his rival, Nikki Haley.
Yeah, creating a lot of buzz here, coming as Haley has seen a surge in polling, but still lagging behind former President Trump, with the Iowa caucuses 3 days away and the New Hampshire primary not long after that. New Hampshire Governor Sununu joining us. He's supporting Nikki Haley for president, joining us live. Governor, good to see you, and thanks so much for coming on. A lot to talk to you about, obviously, very important. Your state, very important within the presidential election here every 4 years. But before we get started, what was your reaction when you heard that hot mic comment from the former governor, Chris Christie, that Nikki Haley, a candidate you support, is going to get smoked?
Yeah, look, obviously it's a raw moment for Chris. I mean, he put a lot into this. He was about to get out of the race. I think the day before he said, I'm not getting out, Sununu's a liar. 24 hours later, he was getting out of the race. He's saying Nikki's going to get smoked. He's the one that had just gotten smoked. So, look, I think it's always tough to in those moments when you kind of have to tell your campaign, your supporters, you're disappointed, you know, you kind of feel like you're letting some folks down. But look, Chris ran a good race. He ran a strong message. It just didn't pan out. Now it's just about, again, making sure we keep winnowing that field. I know Nikki's going to be out there earning every single vote. You take nothing for granted. You don't assume all those voters. You're just going to come to Nikki Haley. There's an opportunity for that, but you got to go earn it, right? You got to go talk to folks on the ground. She's the only one doing that in New Hampshire. Trump isn't doing it. He flies in, does a rally, and leaves. He doesn't talk to people, doesn't answer questions. Sure as heck won't debate. So she's the only one surging there. So I appreciate Chris's raw moment, but clearly not the case.
Chris Christie is not the former governor's only critic, though. Most recently, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul came out posting on X saying he will not be supporting Nikki Haley, saying it's not new either, this position. As governor of South Carolina, she gave tax dollars to those same arms merchants, and they showered her with campaign contributions and a seat on their board when she left office. So clearly, in this instance, it was a long thread. Perhaps you've seen it by now, Governor, but taking issue with her foreign policy approach, at least in one example. But with the hard line there, he's a never Nikki candidate here. What does this mean for her campaign? Is that hurtful for potential support for the former governor?
Yeah, what does Rand Paul mean? Nothing. I'm sorry, but nobody cares what Rand Paul thinks in this race. This race is in Iowa, it's in New Hampshire, it's in South Carolina. She's the only candidate that's surging. We've made it effectively a one-on-one race at this point between Nikki and Donald Trump. She hasn't set any expectations in Iowa. Only Trump and DeSantis have set expectations to win Iowa. Trump has set the only expectations that he's going to win New Hampshire. So she's, she's challenging all those expectations right now. She's surging. So there's no doubt a lot of folks are coming out to support her. So with all due respect to the senator, maybe when the U.S. Senate actually starts doing something and actually starts delivering some results, they can stand on a soapbox and think that their words matter. But until then, sorry, Rand Paul, nobody cares.